The All Blacks selection process has always been a topic of heated debate. But right now, there's one glaring omission that has fans, analysts and former players shaking their heads in frustration. Du Plessis' Kirifi, the hard-hitting flanker who has been tearing up the competition in 2025, remains on the outside. And looking at the All Blacks 2025 schedule, there's a significant opportunity for Kirifi to break into the squad. His performances for the Hurricanes and Wellington Lions have been nothing short of spectacular. Yet, the selectors continue to ignore his dominance. It's got everyone asking, what more does he have to do to get the call-up? Week after week, Kirifi has been putting on masterclasses in breakdown domination, defensive aggression and leadership. While other loose forwards have struggled with inconsistency, Kirifi has been a rock. He's leading tackle counts, securing turnovers at crucial moments and setting the tone for his team with relentless energy. Fans are outraged, calling on the double standards and asking why someone of Kirifi's calibre is being left out, while others with less impact continue to get the nod. Could it be his playing style, his height? Maybe he's not big enough, or are there deeper politics at play? Born in New Plymouth, New Zealand, he wasn't initially set on a rugby career. In fact, his first love was soccer. It wasn't until he turned 11 that he made the switch to rugby, a decision that would change everything. From an early age, he showed a natural aggression and hunger for the game. That edge, combined with raw talent, quickly set him apart from his peers. At Francis Douglas Memorial College, he played alongside future All Black Geordie Barrett, sharpening his skills against top-tier competition. It was clear from a young age that Kirifi had something special, an intensity and presence that made him impossible to ignore. His rise through the ranks was swift. He represented Taranaki and Waikato at the under-19 level, proving his potential early on. But it was with the Wellington Lions that he truly made a name for himself. In 2017, he broke into the squad and quickly became an integral part of the NPC campaign. His influence grew so rapidly that by 2019, at just 21 years old, he was named captain. A young flanker being given that level of responsibility is rare. But Kirifi wasn't just any player. He was a born leader. His fearless approach to the game and ability to inspire those around him made an obvious choice for the role. It was clear that Wellington saw in him what so many others would later recognise, that this was a player destined for greatness. Super Rugby was the next step, and Kirifi wasted no time making his presence felt. In 2019, he made his debut for the Hurricanes against the Waratahs. From the outset, he had displayed the ferocity and work rate that had defined his early career. Over the next few seasons, he solidified himself as a cornerstone of the Hurricanes forward pack. By 2025, he had amassed over 65 Super Rugby appearances, one of each reinforcing his status as one of New Zealand's premier loose forwards. His defensive work was elite. Few players could match his intensity in the tackle. At the breakdown, he was a menace, constantly disrupting opposition ball and securing crucial turnovers. These weren't just numbers on a stat sheet. These were game-changing moments that won matches. The frustration among fans and analysts grew louder. How could someone playing at such a high intensity and level be consistently overlooked? Critics pointed to an aggressive playing style, arguing that perhaps the selectors were looking for a different type of flanker. Others speculated that the off-field controversies that had played a role in keeping him out of the squad. In 2021, Kirifi had made headlines for breaching the COVID-19 lockdown protocols, an incident that led to public backlash and a formal apology. Then in 2022, he was involved in another controversy when he made an inappropriate gesture towards fans during a match. He later claimed that he had been subjected to racial abuse, which sparked a wider conversation about the challenges athletes face in high-pressure environments. While these incidents may have affected public perception, they did little to diminish his on-field performances. If anything, they showcase his passion and willingness to stand up for himself and his beliefs. Beyond the controversies, Kirifi's heritage and upbringing played a crucial role in shaping the player he became. Of Samoan descent, his name often sparked curiosity. He was named after South African rugby legend Morne du Plessis, a nod to his father's admiration for the game. His father was also a flanker, having played for Ponsonby and been part of the wider Manu Samoa squad in the 1980s. Rugby wasn't just a sport in the Kirifi household, it was a legacy. His father's influence was evident in his playing style, relentless, disciplined and fearless. By 2024, Kirifi had reached new heights in his career. That year's NPC final was a defining moment. The match stretched over an exhausting 100 minutes, testing the physical and mental limits of every player on the field. But it was Kirifi who stood out, leading Wellington to a dramatic victory. His leadership, endurance, and sheer determination were on full display. For many, this should have been the moment that secured his All Blacks selection. And yet, when the squad was announced, his name was missing. The backlash was immediate. Fans flooded social media, demanding answers. Pundits questioned the logic behind the decision. How could a player performing at such an elite level continue to be ignored? But despite his clear potential, Kirifi still faces an uphill battle. It's hard to ignore that other flankers like Papali'i and Blackadder have solidified their positions in the squad. Papali'i has established himself as one of the best breakdown players in the world, and Blackadder's versatility makes him a useful option in the loose forward. But Kirifi's ability to dominate tackles, disrupt the breakdown, and lead with energy makes him a prime candidate for the number 7 role. Kirifi has been making his case week in, week out, and it's getting harder for them to ignore the signs. He's been one of the most consistent performers in Super Rugby this year, and it's clear he's ready for the next step. The debate over Kirifi's exclusion raises bigger questions about the All Blacks selection policies. Is there a bias towards players from certain teams? Do selectors favour experience over form, or is it simply a case of style preference? Whatever the reason, the exclusion of Kirifi remains one of the most baffling decisions in recent memory. His impact on the field speaks for itself. He's a game changer, a leader, and a player who embodies everything the All Blacks stand for. With his contract at the Hurricanes locked in through to 2027, there's no doubt that he will continue to dominate. For now, Kirifi continues to let his performances do the talking. Every week, he steps onto the field with something to prove. Every tackle, every turnover, every powerful run is a statement. If the All Black selectors won't acknowledge him, then he'll force them to. And if they still refuse to see what's in front of them, they risk missing out on one of the most dynamic flankers of this generation. The question remains, how long can the All Blacks afford to ignore du Plessis-Kirifi? And if they do continue to snub him, what does that say about the All Blacks' future? Kirifi represents the new breed of loose forwards, high energy, defensively dominant, and an absolute workhorse. If New Zealand rugby doesn't recognise his talents, other teams will. Could we see Kirifi donning a different jersey in the near future? The thought alone should terrify the All Black selectors. The longer they ignore him, the greater the risk of losing a generational talent. And at this rate, Kirifi won't be just knocking on the door, he'll be kicking it down. Thanks for watching. Please like, share and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Peace.